Well, I got this 12 valve Cummins out. I've got the video there on removing that engine by myself. And so what I've got to do now is I got to build a table that'll support the 250-pound cylinder head from this thing, and then also allow me to move it around and other things. So this is going to be a build video about how I'm actually going to build this table. So what I'm going to do first is cut these 6x6 posts down to about 44 inches. Okay, well, got these trimmed down. I got those cut to the length of this, and I've got 4 side pieces. So I'm going to screw those side pieces on here with a little bit of overlap, and then screw the sides on, and we should be good to go. Okay, well, so far everything's coming in all right. I didn't have the bottom pieces yet because I'm kind of being cheap on 2x4s. So just the top is totally boxed, and the side will just be the sides. If it becomes an option, not too big a deal. But anyways, before I get going too long, I'm gonna put those actual casters on now, so that way before I put this top on, I can at least move it. Well, so far I'm pretty impressed with these brackets and everything. Looks to be about 1/8" steel. It comes with a pretty nice template as well. So I'm gonna get that sized up, mark my holes, put those 3-inch screws in there, and she should be good to go. They provided, I don't know, those little 1-inch screws, but I'm just gonna use these. That way I know I won't have any issues, and these 2x6s are plenty big. So I'm gonna do it on the inside. That's what their picture had, and it's a pretty good idea, so you can put stuff next to it or not trip over it. So gonna do that, get all these 4 corners put in, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'm having to come back with a longer drill bit extension, but getting these first 2 holes lined up seemed to work pretty well. The bottom 3 always go in easy, except for that one for some reason. But anyways, I'm gonna get a longer drill bit, get these screwed in here, figure out how to assemble this wheel, and then go from there. I also decided that I'm gonna add a 2x4 on the inside, running like that, because as I was screwing in, the bottom was pushing out just enough to make me uncomfortable. So gonna get this thing squared back up, and then we'll screw it together. I also decided to add these cutoffs. These are 10-foot boards, 90 inches. You can do the math, but anyways, I cut them off so I can essentially use these as handles, but then I'll also add some rigidity there along with those boards running on the face, the inside face of the 2x6. So gonna keep going here, show you how to put these wheels together, then we'll get that lid screwed on. Okay, well, all 4 brackets are officially screwed in. They, sit, do exactly as expected. So now, onto our instructions. Looks like we just attach the long bolt and nut right there. I'm going to use the supplied wrenches. I'm sure it'll be fine. And then it looks like that's how we do it. So I'm going to get that in place, and then once I do that, kind of show you guys how it works. I might pop 1 or 2 of these up once I get this support on, and then we'll put this top on, screw it down, and get some kind of a sealer on it. I'll show you how to put this last one on. It goes pretty okay. I'm kind of working in cramped spots here, so leaves a little bit to be desired. But anyways, this channel, you're going to line it up like that so it goes right in between. And it's going to feel a little tight just by nature, but that's okay. You want it because it also actually going to help hold it in place. Now you see in there your hole. Let's see if I can get you an angle. So you want that to line up naturally right there. So take this, take our bolt, and it goes all the way through. Then you take this lock washer, put it on. But anyways, there's the finished product. Take our 2 wrenches, toss them in the box, miss the box, put the screws they gave us. Now I'm going to take this, screw these 2 in, and we'll put the lid on. And let me show you how this works on that same wheel I showed you putting together. This is pretty awesome. There we are off the ground, and then flip it back up. So this thing's definitely turning out to be pretty cool. So gonna struggle and get this 3/4 plywood floor, subfloor piece down, and get back to you. Okay, so I've been screwing this down every few inches. You know, not really any rhyme or reason to it, just want this tight to the frame. But anyways, I popped these two wheels down because I was like, oh, I gotta get over here. This thing rolls with just 2 feet off the ground. You know, obviously not perfect, but if you go by that template, I am very impressed with this. What I'm gonna do next is put some sealer on here, just so, you know, it doesn't ever start to ruin from oil or whatever. Hopefully, because I don't really intend on buying 3/4 plywood anytime ever again. That was enough fun. But anyways, yeah, so far, really impressed with this. Okay, we got this Thompson's Water Seal Transparent Wood Sealer, barely tinted. And I've got this 3-inch random Bates Choice brush I got off Amazon in a big box. So what I'm going to do is paint all this. Probably go over these edges a little bit. I might knock these off one day if it proves to be annoying. Yeah, let this dry till tomorrow. And then get this table and all this stuff cleaned up. Get my path back, because I've been having to go through a jungle gym to go that way. Then, in my next video, we'll be taking this engine, putting it on the engine stand, then taking the head off and putting it on here. So, if you're into that kind of stuff, be sure to subscribe. We're in it for the long haul here. Okay, well, this is still wet. I just got done. But that's what light tint looks like. It's kind of pink. You can see where I went on a little more wet than other places. Yeah, we'll see what it dries like. Okay, well, I believe it's high enough, so gonna slide it under it, set her on there very briefly, and then get it on the engine stand. Okay. See if they put their money where their mouth is. Alright, don't breathe too loud or too heavy or fart, but she's sitting on there. Chain's totally slacked up. Now I'm not going to move this because that thing is probably going to fall over, but it did it. And it's not sitting on that or anything, so that's pretty cool.